हेलो नमस्कार, खुश रहो बच्चों। I am JV'n Dr. शाहनवाज आलम, Assistant Professor of Jayoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. Today we discuss about most important concept of research work. Today topic is determining size of the sample. Sample size is frequently used in terms in statistics and market research. It related to the way research is conducted on large populations. So that what is sampling and why does sample size matters? When you survey a large population of respondents, you are interested in the entire group, but it is not realistic possible to get answer and result from absolutely everyone. So you make a random sample of individual which represent the population as a whole. The size of the sample is very important for gathering accurate, statistically significant results and running your study successfully. If your sample is too small, you may include this appropriate number of individuals which are outliers and anomalies. These skew the results and you don't get a fair picture of the whole population. If the sample is too big, the whole study becomes complex, expensive, and time consuming to run. And although the results are more accurate, the benefits don't outweigh the cost. To choose the correct sample size, you need to consider a few different factors that affect your research and gain a basic understanding the statistics involved. You have then be able to use a simple size formula to bring everything together and sample confidently. Knowing that there is high probability that your survey is statistically accurate. The step that the flow are suitable for finding sample a simple size for continuous data. Data that is counted numerically, it does not apply to categorical data put into categories like green, blue, male, female, etc. Before we can calculate sample size, we need to determine a few things about the target of population and the level of accuracy needed. Step Stage first, consider your sample size variables. That is the population size. First, sample size is consider your sample size variable population size. How many people you taking about in totals? To find this out, you need to be clear about who does and does not fit into your groups. For example, if you want to know about dog owners, you have include everyone who has at some point honored at least one dog. We may include or exclude those owned a dog in the past, depending on your research goal. Don't worry, if you are unable to calculate the exact number, it is common to have an unknown number or estimated range. Margin of error. It is also known as confidence intervals. Error are investigate. The question is how much error will be allowed. The margin of error, confidence interval is expected in terms of mean numbers. You can set how much different you will allow between the mean numbers of your samples and mean number your population. If you have even seen a political polls on the news, you have seen a confidence interval and how it is expressed. It look something like this. 68% of voters said yes to propositions Z with a margin error of 5%. Confidence level. This is separate step 2. The similarity name confidence interval in step 2. It is deal with how confident you want to be that the actual mean fall within your margin of error. The most common confidence interval are 90% confidence, 95% confidence, and 99% of confidence. But generally, researchers use 95% confidence. Standard deviations. This step asks you to estimate how much the responses you receive will vary from each other and from the mean numbers. A low standard deviation means all the values will be clustered around the mean numbers, whereas a high standard deviation means they are strict out across a much wider range with very small and very large outlying figures. Since you have not yet run your survey, a safe choice is standard deviation is of 5, which will have make sure your sample size is large enough. Calculate sample size. Now that you got answer to a step, you ready to calculate sample size. You need that we can be done using the online sample size calculator or with paper or pencil. Find your Z score. Next, you needed that your confidence level, a Z score. Here, the Z score for the most common confidence level, 90% confidence level have Z score 1.645 and 95% Z score have Z score 1.96 and 99% Z score is 2.576. If you choose a different confidence level, you choose Z score table to find your scores. Table shooting your sample size result. If sample size is too big to manage, you can adjust the result by either decreasing your confidence level, increasing your margin of error. This will increase the chance of error in your sampling, but it can greatly decrease the number of response. Thank you. In next topic, we will discuss about null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis.